Hi everybody, today I'm talking about 5 things that I wish people would understand about me being an INFJ. And INFJs are very misunderstood people. We feel misunderstood most of our lives. So if you're an INFJ, stick around. You might relate to some of these things. Maybe. That's what makes personality so interesting is we can have the same personality type, but relate to different things because different aspects of our personality make us so different. Or maybe you live with an INFJ or know one's your friend. This might help you understand them a little bit better. So stick around, it might be interesting. So if we haven't met before, my name's Trina Bretnell. I come on here and I help introverts, just lift them up, help them feel understood, especially the INF personality types, help them see their potential that maybe they didn't know they have. I do this using the MBTI. I'm a Myers-Briggs practitioner, so I dive deep into personality type and stutter sometimes and help people understand who they are, especially the introverts and the INFs, INFJs and INFPs. So if that is you or if you know one, maybe you'll find me kind of interesting. All right, let's get into this because it's kind of chilly out here today, but it's beautiful. The snow is so beautiful. Love being outside. 5 things that I wish people could understand about me. Number 1, I have a little notepad here because I kind of get nervous doing these videos. I'm not going to deny it. I'll talk about that a little bit at the end, why. So I have to write things down or I might draw a blank. That's okay though, eh? Number 1, I don't get lonely when I'm alone. That's a huge thing for me. I'm a extreme introvert. Not all INFJs are as deeply introverted as myself. We're called the social introverts. For me, I don't really have the social part of that label, so it's a choice I make being alone. The loneliest I've ever been is probably in a crowd of people. I get very lonely. I like being alone. I love my solitude. I hang out with my dogs and my family, my boys and my hubby. I can hang out with them and they don't wear me out. So that's number 1, is me being alone is a choice I make. Number 2, this is an interesting one. My resting bitch face doesn't mean I'm grumpy. INFJs, just about all of us, have that resting grumpy looking face or resting bitch face. It doesn't mean we're grumpy. And seldom do we get grumpy because we see so many different things in life and we're great at being able to focus on positives. Seldom do we get grumpy. So if we look like that, we're not grumpy, but we're lost in thought. We are massively, massively deep thinkers, right? And we have a very busy brain. I know I do. INFJs, do you too? I know you guys have to. I know lots of INFJs and we're all the same that way, is we have a very busy brain and we're deep thinkers. So we're probably thinking about, well, for me, an example would be if I've got that face on, I'm thinking about how I could fly a plane to save all the abused dogs of the world, bring them back to my house to live, and in between swing by and pick up all the kids, all the children that are in those worlds where all they know is war as their reality, war and violence, and pick them up and at least let them feel safe for one day of their life. And in between that, I'm Canadian, so I'd be trying to figure out how to fix Canada's economy because it's kind of in a rough spot right now. And in between that, I could probably feel the seam of my socks and it's driving me nuts. So that's what's going on in our heads. Kind of mind-blowing. That in a nutshell. There's probably way more. What was that? That was number 2. Number 3. We're at number 3 already, guys. Number 3. I come across awkward and weird because I'm super nervous, especially in large crowds. Small talk makes me very, very nervous. I worry about not saying the right thing. I worry that I said something silly. I worry about sounding silly. I worry about everything in small talk and I get very nervous. So if you were to meet me in person and have small talk, I am very awkward, very weird, very clumsy with small talk, and it's just not my thing. But if you talk to me about something deeper, that's my thing, a deep conversation. I could talk your ear off. So that's number 3. Number 3 with the small talk, it comes with social anxiety. Not all INFJs have it. Lots do. Most people in life struggle with social anxiety at some point in their life a little bit. It's my reality every day. I struggle with it every day. Number 4, I prefer staying home because of sensory overload than going out. I haven't actually been out. My hubby and I haven't been out on a date probably in close to 7 years. because I prefer staying home. Even if we're like, yeah, let's go out for supper, I'll be like, can we just like do takeout and come home? Because of sensory overload. Crowds of people, and when I mean crowds of people, my crowd is like 4 or more people as a crowd to me, are very overwhelming for me. Very, very overwhelming. It's sensory overload. So when I'm in a crowd of people, it's the activity, it's the noise, it's their moods, it's their emotions, all of that all in one, and it makes me feel like I'm going to explode. So I just don't like it. So I like to stay home. That's my safe zone. Number 5. This one, I think a lot of INFJs could relate to. This is a common one. We are deep lovers and we're very emotional, but we struggle to show it. We show it differently than other people. Do you guys relate to this, INFJ? So actually, I seen a meme about this one day, and it's like, I'm an INFJ, so if I text you or send you random facts, or you get a random text saying, hey, how's it going? And I never answer again, it's because I'm just saying I love you. And I had to laugh because it's so true. So for the people that I talk to, will talk their ear off for hours and hours, or show up with something that I overheard that they wanted, so I went and got it for them, or I did it for them. Those are ways that I show that I care about people, or send random jokes or random facts. I love random facts that really won't impact your life at all, but I love them. And I have a few people that I'll randomly send them to. And I think at first it was like, oh, thanks, Trina. But once they figured me out and they realized, oh, okay, this is cool, I think they kind of liked it about me. Lots of INFJs are that way. I have a bonus one for you. A bonus number 6. This goes for pretty much all INFJs. I think actually it would go for all of them. We are very neurodivergent. That is just how we are. We're built that, our brains are wired that way. There's actually studies done on our brains because of how different we take in information and process it compared to everybody else. So with that, it makes us very unique and very different. Not wrong, just different. We see things differently than everybody else. So if you've got a problem, especially in your workplace, if you've got a problem that you're working on and you need solved, and you've got an INFJ in your workplace, go pick their brains. We're really good at seeing things differently than everybody else. Not wrong, just different. And here's a random kind of an interesting fact that a huge percentage of INFJs, not so much I don't think the INFPs, but the INFJs struggle with ASD. Interesting. That's me included, just so you know. Now, going back when I said that I get nervous doing these videos, INFJs, I think it might be an INF thing actually. We have a hard time with vulnerability. It scares the bejesus out of us. That's the word I'm going to use. It scares us. I've had to work many years at getting confidence to do this. I still get nervous doing these videos, but I actually really enjoy them. So I'm going to invite you to leave a comment, INFJ or INFP too. We struggle with a lot of the same things, but leave a comment and share with us what you wish people would understand about you. Because remember I said everyone's personality is a little bit different. Even though we have the same type, there's aspects that are different. So we have different struggles in some areas. So I invite you to leave a comment if you're comfortable doing it. I know vulnerability is hard, so just leaving a comment is very, very difficult, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's okay. If you want to chat about it and you don't want to leave a comment, I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well, and you can private message me, PM me on any one of those platforms. I'm under the same name. I think it's even the same profile picture, actually. Give me a follow and PM me, and yeah, I'll chat about it. I love to hear other people's struggles, so I invite you, either leave it in a comment. If you're not comfy, feel free to PM me, or don't do it at all, whichever. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. If this was helpful, or if you found it interesting, give me the thumbs up so other people can see this. Maybe it will help other people feel more understood, more heard. And if it feels right, subscribe to my channel, because you never know what I'm going to be talking about. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.